Do y'all remember Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup? Yeah, well, Lifetime didn't just cancel the show. They ran from it. And baby, once you hear why, you'll understand why the check stopped clearing real fast. And y'all know that Gypsy tried to say the reason why she wasn't doing the show was because she didn't want to show her daughter, and the show wanted her to show her daughter, or the producers rather, right? Well, apparently, a Freedom of Information Act request exposed prison emails between Gypsy and her family. Remember those emails that came out while she was locked up? And get this, those emails allegedly showed she violated her NDA. I told y'all that. It was leaked behind the scenes info from TMZ, trash talking to producers and hiding health details. And she was even accused of scamming people for money. And we know that she was. Okay, we know that. So basically, Lifetime realized they had been filming the sequel to The Grift that never ends. And baby, you know, Lifetime said, yeah, we're not going to be able to do this one. So, you know, some folks tried to say it was low ratings, but baby, let's keep it real. Lifetime can survive bad ratings. What they can't survive is public embarrassment and a breach of contract lawsuit, okay? And baby, Melissa Moore has to feel crispy. And when the public started saying Gypsy was monetizing tragedy, capitalizing off of abusing her mom, turning this all into merch, books, and photo ops, the sympathy dried up faster than the Lifetime deal, child, because everybody realized she was scamming. And the fact that Lifetime had to face it was a whole nother story. So between the emails leaked, the NDA violation, and the backlash, Lifetime said, not on our network. And the gag is, the same emails that got her canceled might come back to haunt her legally, because Lifetime could still sue her for a breach of contract. So moral of the story is, don't bite the hand that held the camera. And you know what makes this extra funny is the fact that around the time the show was canceled, if you guys remember, Brie was on live crying about how I changed the public's opinion about her. And if people really got to know her, they would love her. And she's so amazing. And to see that the show was canceled, it just says a whole lot. Now, I am not the only content creator that has made a difference. There's a lot of other content creators that have made a difference. I do think I was like one of the first to have a true issue with it, because I just felt like, why would we have this girl that had her mom unalived monetizing on anything, or making money off of it? I feel like it sends the wrong message to the public and to kids. But it really wasn't until she messaged me that I realized how manipulative she was and how much she was trying to make me believe the story that she wanted me to believe. That was where things really changed for her, and I don't think she realized her detriment was her messaging me. That still hasn't clicked to her, because it wasn't genuine. She was again trying to scam. So look, I'm about the truth coming out, and the fact that you feel like you could unalive your mom and think it's okay, and then come out here and monetize on it. Oh yeah, you better bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna stop it. So I want to show you guys another video that Audrey did, because I feel like this is crazy. So y'all remember the whole gift card situation with Gypsy, right? Baby, this is so wild. Like, wild to me that it's coming out. So, you know, the gift cards that her family and friends were sending, Dee Dee was saying she wasn't receiving them, thinking like the kids in the neighborhood were stealing them because that's what Gypsy was telling her. Baby, that is not the case, and the evidence is there. Then there's another video that Audrey did that I'm going to attach. Y'all need to go head over to her YouTube and follow her. She said she'll post some more. So I'm kind of happy about that, because it was about Gypsy lying that she was going to school. She wasn't going to school, rather. Baby, the fact that there's proof that she was being schooled at home, and she did go to school up until 2nd grade or something like that. Baby, it's crazy that she's still lying. And obviously she went to school, because she's not like completely illiterate or not knowing anything. If you've never been to school, how are you reading Lord of the Rings books? Unless somebody taught you something, right? I mean, it makes sense, but now it's like, Gypsy, this is all coming out. And the fact that her show was canceled for the fact that lies were coming out, I do believe eventually the news will speak on it. At some point, we're going to hear something or see something, especially because she keeps putting herself out there to her demise. Oh, baby, that is craziness. Straight craziness. Like, Jip, what are you doing? Then I also heard that Ken is going to be a lineman, or whatever you call them people. Baby, that's a very dangerous job. Is Ken just hoping something happened and he could just head out? He said, just take him to the cane, or wherever you're going to take him, to the deep, dark place with fire, whatever. But is he really? Because when I looked at how much they make, they were saying he was going to make like $200,000. But nah, the median is $60-something thousand a year. Like, what? Putting your life on the... And he's not in shape, so... How is that supposed to happen? Like, this is not a fit guy. And y'all, I'm still not convinced that they have Aurora. Like, I'm not saying she's not real. I'm saying I don't think they have her. I don't know if she's real or not, so y'all don't ask me that. Because, look, y'all not going to put me in that straitjacket again. I'm not finna do that with y'all. I know y'all be wanting to put me in that straitjacket. Y'all ain't going to take me. Y'all are not taking me to an asylum. An insane asylum. Whatever you call it. I can't even think straight right now. But yeah, y'all aren't going to take me there. I'm not going there with y'all. But yeah, watch these 2 videos. Let me know what y'all think. And I'll be back.
Stop, y'all, because Ashley's right. There is gift cards in the evidence collected from Nick's house in Wisconsin. But those gift cards sent me down a rabbit hole. I recalled this Shelby person speaking up and saying that Gypsy's uncle's name was Ray, which could be an honest mistake given the way Rachel signed her name. So let's discuss, who the fuck is Mike and Ray? Especially since Dee Dee and Gypsy were close enough to them to leave a durable power of attorney over Gypsy to them. Well, what do you know? Rachel is a Petrie? So Gypsy and Dee Dee did have contact with the Petries. And the Petries, who claimed they didn't know where they went after the hurricane and had no contact, did? And before anybody's like, oh, maybe it's a coincidence, is it also a coincidence that she's married to a Mike? So not only was Gypsy stealing these gift cards without her mama knowing it was her, she knew her mom was blaming local kids for it. But some of the Petries did actually have contact with Gypsy and Dee Dee after the hurricane. So I'm curious, how much do y'all think that it cost for the Petries to be paid off to go with the narrative? And who do you think paid them? Was it Rod and Christie? Was it HBO? I have a lot of fucking questions. Before I get to this evidence, I want to remind you of what Gypsy Rose had to say whenever it came to her being in school.
Up, like I missed out on all those like milestone moments, like going to kindergarten, and I attended school for 1 year, kindergarten.
And how far did you go in school?
About the 2nd grade.
Remember going to school?
I've never been to school.
Never got to go to kindergarten, pre-K?
No, sir.
Now, I have debunked this before using this medical file, which says because the patient does not go to school, this standard will need to be provided at home so that mom can perform homeschooling activities in the standard. Now, a lot of Gypsy's crew has said this isn't true. Gypsy was not being homeschooled. However, if you go to the evidence files, you can see where they opened her mom's filing cabinet and what was in it. There's this that says info books, so information for books. But why would Dee Dee need that? Could it be because of this file right here that says school? Which if you look, that file starts here and ends all the way here. That's quite a bit of school stuff for somebody who wasn't being homeschooled. In fact, her file for Gypsy's medical was even smaller. And here is a top view of how much was in the school file. So I have to ask, why would she have that file and why would she have information on books if Gypsy was not being homeschooled?
To be a virgin at 30 years old and not have a ring when you do lay down with somebody is the most diabolic thing I've seen on this internet, okay? Or probably one of. For starters. Second off, she's not holding herself accountable. Nobody can take something that you didn't give unless it was grape, okay? So you made a decision to lay down with this man and this is what happened. And it's only his fault. No, you have to take some accountability. Some, okay? Everybody has a part in every situation. For you not to take any accountability is wild to me. I also feel like women need to start dating differently. Men are so used to women chasing them, and that has become the standard. That women that don't chase men, they don't really play into too much unless they have standards. You see how that works? When they're used to getting something easy, their standards lower. But baby, I'm a Taurus woman. I know I'm the prize. So if you have me, baby, I'm that girl. I know that girl. So you're going to have to work for it. I'm not handing you nothing, baby. I am the prize. And if you don't know, you will know. But I mean, you know I'm the prize. You know I'm the prize, don't you? Okay, y'all. So this lady takes to TikTok and she says basically she was a virgin. She met this guy. Somehow she ended up having 2 kids by him. I don't know how that worked out because I don't know. But this is what she says. And she was like, you know, y'all, I wish someone would have told me that men were manipulative and men were this and men were that. So, first of all, whether you're male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever you are, you can be manipulative. And you just need to do a better job dating. We've all been there, right? Like I, for one, can tell you I have learned a lot once I truly learned to love myself. Because once you love yourself, you don't compromise yourself for anybody. And that means they get cut off if they compromise your peace, because peace is not something you could pay for. So anyway, she's like just blaming him and not taking any accountability. And one thing that I have really truly learned in life is that there's always a part that you had, whether your part was playing somebody's fool or your part was not, you know, holding that person accountable or whatever. There's always a part that you had in it. And you can't just be a victim of the circumstance. You have to take a certain amount of accountability, because the partner you choose is a direct reflection of who you are. It's a mirror being held up to you. So if you have an issue with the partner you chose or the person that you had a child with, you have to look in the mirror. And those are things that you need to change. And I'm saying that as someone that I have been there, okay? And that's just the reality. You know, we have to take accountability. We just have to. Yeah, they may not have done right or whatever, but we have to take accountability for who we choose. So I just feel like her coming on this internet, just losing her stuff, is just absolutely crazy. Y'all should have saw her video. She was just, it was so crazy. And again, I feel like, why would you wait till 30 years old and not have a plan to lose your virginity? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if I wait till I'm 30, yeah, you're going to put a ring on it, okay? I'm going to need you to put a ring on it. If I waited till I was 30, yeah. So for you to just not have a plan, that's crazy to me. Like, absolutely crazy. Make it make sense. I don't know. I might be wrong. Y'all drop your comments down below. I would love to hear. And yeah, what do y'all think about Gypsy? Because the way Audrey put that out there, baby, Gypsy looking a fool. Let's talk about the worst things people do to their skincare. Serum. The worst thing people do is they'll put the serum in their hands, rub it into their hands, and then apply it onto their face. Why? Do you know how much product you just wasted? Do you know how much product you threw in the trash? Like, you have no idea. Primers, all of that. Toners, a lot of people do it with their toners too. Like, pressing it into your hands, it's the worst thing. You put your toner on your hand and you press it into your face. Don't rub it, just press it. Press it. So it goes into the pores, into the skin. Those are worst things people do. Like, every time I see someone do it, I cringe because I know how much product they are losing, including their moisturizer. This is my favorite moisturizer, and look, I hate to do this, but it's just an example. Okay. If I'm rubbing it into my hands, and then look how much product I took out and put on my hands. You're wasting, by the time you finish your product, you've wasted probably about 20 days worth of product doing it. Okay? Like, don't do that. I had to make this video because I keep seeing it and I'm like, oh my gosh, people are wasting so much money. Don't do that. Save your money. We're in hard times, so whatever you spend on your skincare, you want every drop left.